Hello friends, in this video we are going to see what is control system, what is open loop and closed loop control system, and what is the role of controller in any control system. So what is system? It is a group of physical components arranged in such a way that it gives the proper output to any given input. So if you are providing any input to any object and if you get the output, that object is called system. And that proper output need not to be desired output. Okay, if that proper output is desired output, then that system is called control system. So control system is a group of physical components arranged in such a way that it gives the desired output to any given input by using the controller. So controller is the main part of any control system, and control systems are classified into two categories based on the control action of controller of control system. So first is open loop control system, second is closed loop control system. So here is the basic structure of open loop control system. So first thing is reference input. Okay, reference input which will given manually, and second is controller, and third is processor, and last is you get the output. So for example, iron box is example of open loop control system. In case of iron box, reference input is your knob, your rotating knob to fix it certain temperature. Suppose you fix it at 100 degrees Celsius, so reference input is your that position of that knob. And then controller is your switch, which will be operated manually in case of open loop control system. So controller is your switch. So whenever you turn on the controller, you provide reference input manually, and it will be processed and the heat will be generated, and so that amount of heat will be generated and you are getting output, you are getting desired output, you are getting desired heat. So that is example of open loop control system. Okay, so but if certain things happens, room temperature is increased, so in that case that iron box will not turn off automatically, you have to turn off. So this is the disadvantage of open loop control system. But if that iron box was automatic iron box, if that iron box was closed loop control system, in that case that iron box will be turned off itself. Okay, so fan is also open loop control system. Now we'll see the basic structure of closed loop control system. Same thing will be there: reference input, controller, processor, and extra thing will be feedback network. Feedback network will what will it do? So feedback network will take the part of output and provide it at the input side. So there will be difference, there will be error signal which is difference between the reference input and the part of the output, and based on that error signal, controller will take action. So here controller is not a manually operated switch. Here the controller will be relay, which is magnetic switch. So magnetic switch, this controller will act on the depend on the error signal or depending on the output. So suppose take example of automatic iron box, which is example of closed loop control system. So reference input is same here, knob. Suppose we are putting you are putting a knob at 100 degrees Celsius, that is reference input, and initially the feedback network, the output is 0, that's why the signal here will be 0 and error will be 100 degrees Celsius. And so that's why controller sense that there is positive error, that's why controller sense it and it will be turned off, turn on, controller will turn on, and processor will take its action, and here processor is filament, and the output will be desired amount of heat. Now feedback network sense that the output reached 100 degrees Celsius. Now the error signal will be 0 here. Okay, error signal will be 0 here, and the controller sense it and it will be turned off automatically, and processor will be stopped, and the output remains at the 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is now suppose certain undesired things happen in the room, then also the feedback network sense it. Suppose the room temperature increased, then the output of that iron box will also be increased because of the room temperature. So feedback will sense it, and the controller, it will tell to controller, and depending on then the error will be become negative, so controller will become off. So based on that, the closed loop control system takes action by itself. Okay, AC is also example of closed loop control system. So controller action depends on the output in closed loop control system, same thing I said. And definition of open loop system is a system in which the controller action independent of output, then it is called open loop control system. So controller in open loop system is in case of a fan, it is manually operated switch, so it is independent of the output. Tubular is also example of open loop system: fan, air cooler, traffic lights. Any system which is not having a sensor and not having provision to select in reference input is open loop system. Closed loop system, a system in which the controller action depends on the output, then it is called closed loop control system. Example is AC, refrigerator, human beings, automatic iron box, and so on. Human being is also example of closed loop control system. How? Suppose you are cooking a food, and while cooking food you simultaneously tasting it also, and now you taste it and you feel that there is less salt. How you feel it? Because you tasted it, you have senses, you sensed it, you tasted it, so you get to know that there is less salt. Now you are putting more salt, so to taste it good. So, based on your senses, you're taking action. Okay, so your controller is taking action. So this is how your human being is a closed loop control system. Feedback network is part of closed loop control system. It consists of sensors and passive elements like resistors, and maximum gain of feedback network is 1, because it does not amplify any signal, output signal, but its work is, its job is to sense the output, not to amplify it. And the best feedback is unity negative feedback, and the negative feedback improves the relative stability. We'll see in upcoming lectures, but for now remember it improves the relative stability. If you provide positive feedback, it will worse the situation, the system becomes more unstable. The feedback network may consist the transducer also, which converts the energy from one form to another form. Like in case of automatic iron box, the output is heat, while the feedback network convert heat to electrical voltage. So the feedback network is transducer in case of automatic iron box. I hope you got all the topics that I covered in this video. If you have any doubt, please write into the comment box. Thank you.